On the Asylum today, we're going to have a look at Mag Racing's new offering, the Shane Hughes Starter Gantry. G'day everybody, Dave from Carrera Asylum, just sitting next to my track, Winderoo Raceway, and I thought I'd do a bit of a unboxing today of something I got about a month and a half ago. It's Sunday afternoon here, and I just finished watching Shane Hughes run some laps with Dan from Garage Slotneck. So that was a pretty cool event actually. So I hope you can catch up with that one. Get over there and have a look. Actually, both of them I've made videos of it, so yeah, have a look at Dan's new build, and I think you'll be blown away by the decals on that thing. That thing was a massive amount of work, and I tell you what, Dan, you knocked it out of the park, buddy. That was brilliant. Anyway, we'll have a bit of a look what Johnny V sent me from all the way from Melbourne, Australia. So we'll open the box. Right, let's get cracking on this. Let's get under the bonnet of this box. First thing you notice is I've already opened the box. But the box in itself, the kit came with one power supply, one external power supply for the Arduino, and run the power for everything else. It has a USB interface that will run between the dash slot car box and a computer. In my case, it'll be a laptop. What's in the box is DAS's slot box. Now, it's a very well made piece of kit. You can see the power supply in there, USB interface goes into there. Really well laid out, really well designed, and the system in this case comes with 4 track sensors, each color coded, so each lane gets a color code, and that will work with a light tower that bridges over the track. Cars obviously come along, cut the light, trigger the sensors. So that's all in the box. The wiring also includes a call button wired in, and again, well designed, well wired. Just a really nice, a nice bit of kit. Okay, so generally these are sensor brackets, little sensor brackets that go up under the track that will hold the little sensors in situ. I don't know whether this is going to work with my plastic track. Generally these ones get fitted to routed timber tracks. Neither John or myself could see any reason why we couldn't fit it to a plastic track, but I don't know whether or not we'll have to design some other way of securing it up under the table there. But anyway, they're in the kit, and hopefully they'll work. And so what we now need to do though is build a light gantry. Now this is the segue into the next part of this video, so hang around and see what I get up to next. Well, a little bit of backstory here. Recently Brisbane's own Shane Hughes teamed up with Magnetic Racing. They come up with a new Carrera digital power base cover, and as it turns out, it was going to make the perfect light gantry for my timing system. Big shout out to Shane, who gifted me one of the first ones here in Australia. In a previous project, I'd ripped the guts out of a Starlight, and it was going to be perfect for putting some starting lights in this project. Time to get FreakCAD out and draw up a fascia and box for the board. Once the drawing was completed, it was off to the 3D printer to print up all the parts that were required for the new starlights. once finished, it was time to mount the new box on the gantry and run the wiring. A couple of options for getting the power for the unit. You could use the track to supply the power. Because I didn't have any spare plug-in sockets for the power track, I decided to tap into the charge unit on the hand controllers. And a word of warning, this will definitely void your warranty. Here I used 12 volt strip lighting and then run the power down under the bench to a power supply that I have under there. I'll take you down under the bench. My supervisor here, my electrical supervisor, is checking out my work. Now I'm just using an old computer power supply for all my lighting needs. I have 4 power modules underneath the table here, 2 running 12 volts and 2 running 3 volts for LEDs and such. Well, here we have the finished project, all mounted up over the CU and ready to go. So we get another sticker. This time it's from Das Slot Car Box. This was inside of the package that that Johnny V sent. So Johnny, thanks mate for that, and you're going on the track, buddy. Thank you very much for that. There we go. Thanks, John.